A letter to investors of Fraud Guarantee offers new clues about the work that Rudy Giuliani was hired to do for the company in 2018. Fraud Guarantee, a purported fraud insurance company, was the brainchild of Lev Parnas and David Correia, two men who were charged in October in an alleged scheme to make illegal campaign contributions. Both have pleaded not guilty. The Fraud Guarantee letter, dated September 12, 2018, said the company expected to pay Giuliani partners between $1 and $2 million in consulting fees for the first year, as well as provide Giuliani with single-digit equity participation. In return, the letter said Giuliani was going to help the company as it tried to closely mirror the LifeLock model.
I represent LifeLock, so take it for where it comes from. I work for them. I'm an advisor. Everybody should have something like LifeLock. Everybody should have identity protection.
LifeLock is an identity theft protection company that Giuliani had previously promoted and provided strategic counsel for. The company ran into expensive regulatory issues that Fraud Guarantee sought to avoid. Fortunately, due to our pending relationship with Giuliani partners, we will be given the entire roadmap and structure to proactively prevent such compliance issues, the letter said. Giuliani partners will also help open doors to larger institutional clients by working in a business development capacity. The letter goes on to say that Giuliani and his team believed that Fraud Guarantee's ingenious products would be well received in the investment and lending communities. Soon after the letter was sent, Giuliani, who was President Trump's personal attorney, was paid $500,000 for his work for Fraud Guarantee. The letter has been handed over as evidence, and federal prosecutors in New York are looking into Fraud Guarantee as part of their investigation into the business and political activities of Giuliani, Parnas, and their associates, according to people familiar with the probe. Giuliani did not respond to questions about his work for Fraud Guarantee, but he said in a text message that he has not heard from prosecutors. He has not been accused of any crimes, and he has denied wrongdoing. A spokesman for the U.S. Attorney's Office in Manhattan declined to comment, and lawyers for Parnas and Correia did not respond to a request for comment. In a statement, NortonLifeLock said Giuliani's involvement with the company ended several years ago before an acquisition, and that the company doesn't have any information about strategic advice Giuliani may have provided to LifeLock's previous leadership. The investor letter was provided to the Journal by a man who said he invested in Fraud Guarantee after Parnas told him he could do him a favor. Claiming to have a relationship with then-candidate Trump, Parnas allegedly said he could promote this painting and its concept for a Middle East peace platform to Trump himself. It was commissioned by the investor and portrayed his idea to construct a third temple over Jerusalem. The artist, who was present at a meeting with Parnas, confirmed the investor's account. President Trump has denied knowing Parnas and his associates. The investor doesn't know if Parnas ever showed Trump the development idea depicted in the painting. He said he'd like to recover the $250,000 he invested in Fraud Guarantee, and after receiving a subpoena in recent weeks, he said he's cooperating with prosecutors. Shortly after the Fraud Guarantee investor letter was sent out, Parnas began flying across the country attending political events with Giuliani. The men flew on a private jet tied to a company owned by Trump donor Andy Beal, according to flight records and documents reviewed by the Wall Street Journal. Beal, who donated $2 million to America First Action, a Trump-supportive super PAC that federal subpoenas have sought information about in connection to the same investigation, said in a text message, "I simply have no comment on whatever it is you seek to find." A spokeswoman for America First Action said the organization reached out and offered to cooperate with prosecutors and has not received a subpoena. She declined to comment on Beal. During his blitz with Giuliani, Parnas rubbed elbows with prominent Republicans, including former Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi, who is now advising the White House in its impeachment defense strategy. Both the White House and Bondi did not respond to a request for comment. Parnas would go on to help Giuliani in his efforts to get Ukraine to investigate Democrat Joe Biden, an effort that is now at the center of impeachment proceedings in Washington.